Thinking about buying a new construction home right here in Sarasota? I get that. No old roofs, no hidden handyman homeowner disasters. I mean, who wouldn't want a brand new home with sparkling bathrooms, fresh countertops, new floors, no repairs, no surprises? That's the dream, right? Well, not always. Today, I'm breaking down the top 10 new construction myths that most buyers believe and how to avoid those costly mistakes without killing that dream. So if you're even thinking about walking into a model home, myth number 10 might just save you years of frustration and thousands of dollars. So let's debunk those myths right now. Myth number 1, new construction is always cheaper. Now that base price, that's just the starting point. So how many times have you driven past the new home community? You saw a sign out front that said homes from the 400s. And then you went in and there was one tiny floor plan that was kind of backing up to a heavily trafficked road, maybe out the entrance. And that has a starting price of $499. I guess that's from the 400s. Well, or maybe you've been searching online and you see a home on the builder's website for say $490. And then you walk into that model home, you got your entire family there, the kids love it instantly. But by the time you add up that lot premium, an extended lanai, those tile floors, and that upgraded kitchen that you need for your family dinners, it's now $615. So you guessed it, that model's probably decked out with $100,000 in upgrades. It's not a trick, folks, it's just marketing. It also depends on that specific builder and what that builder deems as their basic included features. And some builders, they even change what their criteria is based on that particular neighborhood, what's normal in that neighborhood. Or if there's a lot of competition from some other builders in that neighborhood, they'll probably use the same upgrades and that might be their basic. So you gotta go in with your eyes wide open and a lot of budget flexibility. Myth number 2, what you see is what you get. Now, adding on to that first one, model homes are showroom level. I mean, they're meant to wow you. So what are the standard features? Often builder basic. You love the quartz countertops and the tray ceilings, but the included package has laminate or corian countertops and just basic lighting. And then there's that tile flooring that comes standard in the wet areas. And one of the reasons builders do this because profit margins are much higher on the upgrades. So one thing I always ask is, how much would it cost to build this exact home? Or how much are the upgrades in this home right here? Always get that feature list before you fall in love with the look of the home. Myth number 3, builders don't negotiate. Well, builders don't usually drop the base price, but they do offer incentives because builders have to get their homes appraised. They have to do it just like everyone else. And builders usually don't budge a lot on price, but the timing of your move can unlock some serious incentives, especially if you have a little flexibility in time. Think about appliance packages, design upgrades, or closing incentives. Say you're moving out of state and you think everything is set in stone, but another family gets $15,000 off in closing costs simply because they closed at the end of the quarter. And right now, builders can do a little wiggling with some numbers, with closing cost incentives especially. The right timing makes a big difference, whether it's the week, the month, the fiscal year end. And we'll talk about timing in detail in a whole different video. So having a savvy agent who knows the builder's timeline and their timeframes can really help at a time to maximize those extras. It's not about getting a deal, it's about getting the right deal, helping you not leave a ton of money on the table that you never even knew was available. Myth number 4, I don't need an inspection. Well, brand new doesn't mean error-free. Let's look at 2 different scenarios. One where you're juggling kids' work and moving from another state. And skipping the inspection sounds like a time saver until you find out that there's some plumbing issues 2 months into owning the home. In the other scenario, an inspector finds improperly installed flashing on the roof, maybe some missing insulation, and a reversed hot and cold water line. And this all happens before closing. So you breathe a sigh of relief. Builders want to get it right, but mistakes do happen. We're all human, and a third-party inspector can catch issues early, while the builder still holds it under warranty. And I once had an inspection. This was on my very own new home, where the inspector turned on the laundry room faucet and everything, water came flying out of everywhere. It just simply had never been connected, went all over the place. It's brand new, yes, it's a brand new home, but mistakes do happen. So an independent inspection gives you a lot of peace of mind, especially when you're managing a big family move, a big family transition. Myth number 5, the builder's agent will represent me too. They're helpful, knowledgeable, and loyal. To the builder. You tour a community, you feel very confident with the on-site rep, and you start the paperwork, never realizing that you're actually unrepresented in the transaction. Now, don't get me wrong. These folks are dedicated and highly trained professionals. They're wonderful people who are trying to do a great job to help you find the right home. But in the end, they do work for the builder, and their job is to protect the builder's bottom line. They're giving a bunch of specials and hot sheets, and they must adhere to them. So they got to stick to those prices. Now, having your own buyer's agent ensures someone's fighting for you and your family's priorities. Whether that's schools, safety, budget, or upgrades, someone is on your side of the desk that gives you guidance through the whole transaction, through contracts, design choices, and construction updates. And bringing your own buyer's agent doesn't hurt you at all on the bottom line, as they're paid out on the margins that builders have already built into the marketing. It's built into the price. Now, years ago, advertising might have gone into a full-page Sunday ad or fancy magazines, but today, builders rely on agents to bring them the bulk of their buyers. So buying a home is usually the most expensive purchase that you're going to make in your entire lifetime. You don't want to go in without an experienced consultant on your side. Myth number 6, everything comes included. So new homes are often a la carte. So you move in and only to realize that there's no fridge, there's no blinds, and the laundry room, totally empty. For families, it's essential to budget for move-in costs. So ask if packages are included, especially appliance packages, often not a washer and dryer. And basic necessities are great, especially when you're relocating and you don't want to coordinate with all that remotely. So many builders, they include a lot more than others do. So it's crucial to review that spec sheet, and everybody's got a spec sheet. Some homes, some builders, I should say, like Lennar, they tout their everything's included package, but you may not be exactly happy with their very basic standard package. That move-in ready home may need a few final touches. So make sure that you read that spec sheet and account for those before signing. Myth number 7, it'll be maintenance free for years. New construction still settles, literally. So new homes still settle. Drywall cracks, doors shifts, appliances fail. You won't need a new roof for years, things like that, which is great about new construction, but you may have been moved in just a couple of months, and then one day you're sitting on the couch watching TV and you notice a few nail pops over there in the corner. Or maybe you've seen or been observing some doors that just don't close right. Or say the lawn, you get a big rain and the lawn's not draining right. And after a few months, you start seeing these things. And these are common, and most builders offer a warranty period to fix all of these issues. Now, even in new homes, you get some hiccups. Luckily, most builders have a full 1-year warranty, so you can log in and just tell them about your issues that first year. And make sure you make friends with that on-site builder, the one that might be still around, or the warranty department. Make friends with them. And many also come with what we call a 1 to 10-year warranty. So that's 1 year on basically everything, 2 years on major mechanicals like AC and such, and 10 years on the entire structure. But it's also smart to just start setting aside some small maintenance budget so you don't get hit and blindsided with a big major expense. I've even seen water heaters in brand new homes go in less than 5 years. While that's unusual, it can happen. Myth number 8, the timeline is guaranteed. Hey folks, delays are more common than you think. So say you're planning to make your move in October, but the closing gets pushed back to December due to the weather or material back orders. Life happens. So build in some flexibility and get milestone timelines in writing from the builder if you can. Now, builders, they do their best, and believe me, they want to close on that home just as much as you do, but Some things can be out of their control. Now, they're going to have a ballpark estimate timeline, 30 to 60 days when they're going to close. But if they're ready to close earlier, be sure to be prepared for that scenario as well, because they're going to make you close. The builder contract will give them the upper hand in most cases. And as they want to get that money, they're going to be pushing to get another home done and off the books so they can put that money back into building. But remember, they also want happy customers and great reviews, so hopefully they'll work with you. So always have a plan B and don't schedule school or work too close to the target date. Myth number 9, HOA fees cover everything. Some amenities are included, others not always. So HOAs can be family friendly, but read the details. Some include lawn care, internet, and pool access. Others, they don't. And fees can go up, of course. Or say that you're expecting a full amenity package, access to everything, only to find out that that splash pad or clubhouse, that use comes with an extra monthly fee, or you can't get into them at all. Know what's covered and what isn't. And in this day and age, find out if the community has a CDD, or a community development district. This is an extra taxing district that offers a lot more through the county services, but it can also add to your bottom line in taxes each and every year. So read those docs carefully and decide if that community and those fees, if they're worth what you pay for. Make sure that they make sense for you. Myth number 10, new homes always appreciate faster. Well, appreciation is often about location. So you buy in a brand new development, only to find out that there's 3 more phases coming, which is going to flood the market with more homes, similar inventory. Or say that the county rezones that nearby vacant field for a recycling plant. Now, a new home in the wrong area that may not perform like you'd hope in the long term. So look at school zones, traffic access, and regional demand, where people are moving to. Don't just look at granite countertops. A good local agent who has their pulse on what's happening now and what's happening in the future can really help you pick a neighborhood with some staying power. New construction can be an amazing move, especially if you know what to expect. I'm Rob Rovnak, neighborhood and new home guru. If you're planning to make a move to Sarasota, I'd love to be your guide. As a top new home rep early on in my career, I now love being on the other side of the desk, helping people just like you find and buying a new home. For the past 15 years, I've been doing it. Explore some of my top picks for new construction communities right here in my Sarasota new home playlist. Or click the link below in the description below to grab my free Sarasota new home guide.